Hi, I'm Danny Butler.
Hi, I'm Carrie Dickinson.
And I'm Stu Day.
And this is the Trialtube podcast.
Woo!
Right, welcome back to a brand new podcast. And I'm going to say it because I'll probably get in trouble and I don't care. Coming in your ears.
I'm not doing the eye joke.
No.
No, I'm not doing the eye joke.
Oh, have you rose above that now? Are you beyond that?
No, if I do it every week, it's just going to be, they'll get over it.
They'll just get over it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I like what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in shock.
It's coming in your eyes as well. Oh, I couldn't help myself.
So you can catch up with the Trialtube podcast, as always, on Spotify, Apple, and on YouTube, which...
is the visual platform.
Oh, right. Oh, look.
It's a visual platform, guys.
Long-form content.
You can watch people just talk tittle-tattle.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
And before we get started, apologies to all of our subscribers and viewers and people that comment, because in between us filming the last one here at Road and Trials, which was weeks ago.
Yes. And we're now in summer.
I read some of the comments on one of the podcasts that's recently gone out, and I got told that I need to go back to Trials. Get this. I need to go back to Trials school and learn my history better, because I got the Sint wrong that Doug Lampkin was riding. I knew it was a Gara Zero, by the way. So,
there's always a Percy Perfect to correct.
I was just wrong year. I mean, obviously, when that person was watching it, they were already 30. I was 3.
It don't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Anyway,
and I think you'll find that the TY wasn't a 1980, it was a 1976.
Well, it was 1970 when the TY 250 was fuel injected.
And
if you're listening in the car right now, that was epic.
We're just going to crack on.
Right, let's say where we actually are. Well, we're back at Road and Trials, if you can't guess. Just simply because...
one-stop shop.
Oh, wait there, what was that, Carrie?
Go on.
Barnsley's one-stop shop of 20 years.
Barnsley's one-stop shop of 20 years of trials.
Where you can buy all sorts of motorcycles.
Yeah, Road and Trials.
Who'd have thought it?
I love that. Some have called it the Dream Factory.
Okay. Depends what your dream is, doesn't it?
It does, and you know what my dream is?
To have a really nice road bike and a really nice trial bike.
No, my dream is to own a TRS electric kids bike, because I'm going to be honest, as a kids platform or bike to ride, when you're a kid, we said a few weeks ago that the TY80 was an epic machine.
It still is.
Oh, sorry, is, not dead,
Still
not
is.
Yet. I feel like TRS have taken it seriously. They've made a decent effort. You
know what I think about electric bikes, don't you? And I love this little bike.
Do you?
I love this little bike. Do you know what? Do you know why I love it so much?
Go on.
Because it looks like a bloody trials bike. It's lovely. If you're a 5-year-old and you rush down and see what Santa's bought you and that's there. Wow.
Oh, you are living your best life. Do you not think?
Look at it. It's like Mum and Dad's big bike that they compete on. It's incredible. That's not a rammel thrown together thing.
Oh no, that's like the rock star of the electric bike game.
Kit right there, and I love it.
Well, talking about bikes that we've got in the Road and Trial studio this week, we also have a 2024 factory Sherco STR and a bike that. Well, the reason why we've got this bike in here is because Carrie rides one, don't you, Carrie?
Of course. The best.
The best.
Is it the bestest bike you've ever had?
Matching nails. Remember,
Matching
guys.
nails. Right, so very important this week. Just so you know, me and Stu do not have bike matching nails. I took mine off before I got here.
Mine is a bit
Just for a
black.
Tuesday night.
Mine's a bit black because I hit it with a hammer.
Listen, girlfriend, you get yourself down the shop.
That's as far as
down the salon. Now, Carrie, it's wonderful to have you on the podcast, by the way. Thank you for joining us.
Ta.
Cheers.
They talk a lot up here, don't they?
Yeah, they do, honestly. They're very
Are you putting
vocal.
subtitles on?
What for the accent? Yeah, but you're Donny, aren't you? You're
Donny.
actually, she's further afield.
Further.
Basically, if you go past Barnsley, through Mordor, Middle Earth, Doncaster. Is that how it works?
Twinned with Beirut.
Yeah.
If you are from Doncaster, it's a joke.
No.
It's a joke.
People in Doncaster don't get offended, mate.
Okay.
They're too busy.
Honestly,
Fighting each other.
Robin. No.
But anyway, Carrie, it's great to have you on because simply, Carrie is one of the few lady riders that I know, female riders, that I've got to take my hat off to you at this point, Carrie, because I've rode with you a fair amount. I'd say we've gone practicing together and we've been at the same trials at the same times. We've basically sat on a bankside or two, completely wet through.
Contemplating our life choices.
Contemplating life choices, yeah, at the same time. And Carrie is by far one of the most hardy riders. This isn't like women riders. I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying is, if regardless of sex, Carrie is just hard as nails, mate.
A grafter.
Proper grafter, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to get out this door when I leave.
Do you not reckon? You feel good about
Keep
yourself
going,
right
keep
now.
going, keep
Okay.
going.
Solely because she not only, she gets herself to the trial, she does all that malarkey. She does a lot of the bike prep herself when she's not bringing it into road and trials for any serious surgical work.
Yep.
And you know what? God loves a trier, and scenes of Carrie upside down in streams, attached to mud banks with or without bike, normally with rucksack on back, because when you need extra weight to weigh you down underwater when you're drowning, wear a rucksack.
As it has catapulted you into the sea.
Yeah. Not only is she trying to get extra grip by putting more weight on her back between sections, she's also using it as an anchor point to drown.
And I was talking to Tony earlier, who is sorting out her forks that have had some sort of crazy malfunction. The brake fairies have just happened. And now you're shedding more light on what actually might have happened was a big crash.
One
Too
young
many
lady
pies.
owner, never race rallied or thrashed. No, but Carrie's hardcore, and let's be honest, for a lot of us, Carrie, a lot of people follow you, of course, over social platforms, and you're not just a trials rider. Tell us a bit about yourself. What else has been going on?
I get to do quite a lot of awesome stuff. I'm quite lucky, really, since I guess obviously socials catapulted in during lockdown. I've worked with Triumph on stuff, riding the adventure bikes, been out to Spain with them for the new Tiger 900s just last December. That was awesome.
You, Tiger 900.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
Tiger 900.
There's a bit of a weight difference.
There is a weight difference
It's
there,
big
yeah.
old boy.
Yeah. Wow. How did you find it? Other than bloody heavy.
Do you know
It's not a
what?
heavy bike.
Actually, all right, but I'll generally put down all of me riding confidence and skills of being able to chuck it over to a different bike from trials.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
the
heard it
trials
here
riding
first,
helped you on
ladies.
it?
Massively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ta-da. What do we always say? Trials benefits
best.
everything.
Yeah, it
And that's proof in
does.
the pudding right there.
Yeah, and then trying enduro bits at McX stands.
I like Mick.
Yeah.
Me and Mick go back a very long way.
Good
Yeah.
facility as well. Good venue, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, Langenog's good.
Yeah.
And Adam's still quick as can be.
Yeah, and a Fruit Loop.
And he's not scared of anything.
No.
Yeah, anything. But there you go.
Yeah.
So what was Triumph, from Triumph, obviously working alongside Triumph. I know you were part and parcel to some of the OSIC promotion as well for the new
Yeah.
TXR.
Got to go to that. That was fun.
How did you find that?
It was an interesting little bike for obviously a more basic thing for kids. A lot more simple than obviously like your EMs in the electric bike world.
That was
That
so
was-
diplomatic.
Oh.
I want to choke.
And now the real version. Do you want to own one? No. Not at all.
You know
No,
what the
because I'm
poll
like
says?
you and I don't really like electric bikes on the whole.
All right, okay. So you're in the same camp as me and Stu, where when I bought my wife for Christmas the two-stroke, she was just like, "What is this nonsense?" Honestly, I'm telling you,
Two-stroke till I die, but I've been brought up around it.
been brought up around it as well.
Yeah, Dad was a racer, so I've been brought up in the racing paddocks.
Oh, fair
so I've always
play.
smelt that Castrol since I was out the womb.
Oh, there you go. You see, that is why the internal combustion engine
Yeah.
will never ever die, because there's too many fans.
This
Yeah.
just in, internal combustion banned by the FIM. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that's not a thing. Don't panic. If you're driving right now, for
Breathe.
crying out loud, don't crash.
No. Engine's amazing. There's
Yeah.
something about them. We know that these machines aren't actually living and breathing.
Eh?
But,
What?
What? But,
Is that like Toy Story?
but they make something fizz inside you that's good, don't they? You know what I mean? They stir you. They stir your emotions.
I love the
Specifically.
fact that you use the word fizz because if you go back in previous episodes, Ben Butterworth,
It made my piss fizz.
yeah, Ben Butterworth.
It's a different fizz. It's a good fizz.
Yeah, it's a good fizz.
It's a happy fizz. I shouldn't
Yeah.
say fizz. Makes something bubble. Anyway, but motorsport, it does move your emotions. It does. You go to a drag race and you stood there and it's only going to take 4 seconds. But when that roars past, your hairs stand on you.
It really is magic for 4 seconds, right?
Boom! And it's gone. Just like that. And but, I mean, talking about trials, the
So was I.
best way to get into any form of motorsport is trials.
It is. Let's be honest, it's affordable.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's friendly.
Friendly for the most part. You know,
It's
I've never
not-
been in a trials car park where I thought people were going to try and eat me.
No, it's not ridiculously dangerous at all.
No.
Because there's no real. I think this is the
Speed
fact.
element?
Nobody's ever died in a trial. Nobody's ever died from a trials crash. Ever.
I'm still here.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if anybody has tried, it's Carrie.
Crash test Carrie.
Crash test Carrie.
Is that going to be your
Listen,
new
I'm
thing on the
telling
back of
you
your
now,
helmet?
we've got a
New
brand
name.
new bike in the studio this
New
week.
name.
And sorry, I've just noticed the fact that Rodent Trials have actually colour-coded the fork stickers exactly to the stickers of the Sherco.
I hadn't seen that.
That's commitment, that
That's
is.
trick, isn't it?
I've just seen it. I mean, I know that sounds sad, but I do the same thing with the Trialtube stickers, so I'm
sticks on
impressed.
this one.
We've got, we've actually got 3 bikes in the studio. We've got a TRS 1, what's it called? TRS 1 Kids. 1 Kids.
One kid.
I mean, it's got
One
an RR sticker on,
Oh,
but I
right,
don't
okay.
think Ragger will be taking any.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
really like
Sub-Zero
it.
cool.
Yeah, it is.
We've got a new STR Sherco, the 2024 factory model, which there has been vast improvements from the 2023 model, but
Yeah,
Tony
I
did tell us on the
pinched
last
your bike
episode
at
that,
Hawk's Nest and really enjoyed it. It was a brilliant bike.
Yeah, the
really
250,
brilliant
the
bike.
250.
Yeah, it suited me.
yeah, I think a lot of people would attest to the fact that the 250 is...
Still got more than enough power.
Oh, yeah, damn right.
Love it.
Hey, I did see a video this week of Emma Bristow warming up the new 125 fuel-injected STR,
Yeah.
Wow, I
and it
missed that.
sounded well, mate.
I bet.
I mean, like, you know how 125s are normally a mix between custard and a hairdryer? You know? Both without power.
What would you describe this one as?
It sounded like a right little firecracker.
A screaming banshee.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, it sounded dead cool. I was like...
That'll do that.
I sent her a message straight away. I was like, must test
Yeah, definitely.
125. Like, did it all in LEG short text, you know what I mean? As it got B82 res
Beatories.
on the back of our own shit.
And ting.
Believe it or not, didn't get an answer.
Oh, there you go. So did you put in real text then?
Yeah, then I put it in
You
real
put it in
text,
adult-
obviously, yeah,
adult
because,
speak.
you know, Emma's
Okay.
probably younger than me and probably can't remember that film.
Yeah, I had a stalker once that was stalking me in that sort of, you is not ting.
Really?
Yeah, and I replied back, please get elocution lessons. Said the farmer.
And
There
I
you go.
did.
True
So yeah,
story.
that was a nice tangent, and also a very cool looking bike on that
Yeah.
story. But we do have one more bike with us in the studio this week, and that is the new Vertigo DLRS2. Did I get that right?
That's a
I believe
mouthful.
so.
I know, right? It's
believe
basically the new DL, new
What
RS
is it
of the
again?
country. Is that
What?
right? No, is it not right? I'm being waved at behind the camera here. Is that not
What?
right? RS2. No, the RS2's in multicolours. RSDL.
It sounds like a robot off Star Wars.
Yeah, and
It does.
next month's Vertigo is called C3PO.
Yes, I think that.
I think
It's catchy. It's catchy.
You know, I was just about to say something nice, right? Okay.
it is nice.
I was going to say I'd seen that bike in photographs and was not impressed. I have seen it in the
flesh?
real, in the flesh,
And?
shot not on a potato,
Yes.
and I really like the holographic graphics.
Holographic
They're like-
graphics. They are pretty.
They're like
I
pearlescent.
quite like the blocky. It's a bit like the
Oh,
old
you into
Audis It's a bit like the old Audi rally cars back in the 80s. I quite like the black and
Oh,
black.
yeah, all right, yeah.
You know
I
what
can
I
go
mean?
with that vibe. Yeah, yeah.
I quite like it. I like the colour
Like
scheme.
also a bit like the hill climb Audi.
I wish they'd done something with this part of the frame, though, because it does look like it's just an undercoat and forgotten. I wish they'd done a bit...
Yeah, but that's fashion nowadays. People
Oh,
pay
is it?
big money to buy
Okay.
an Audi in undercoat colour.
Oh, okay, it's just me
In
being
primer
out of touch.
Audi.
Just me being out of touch.
It's called Nardo Grey. if you
I
wonder.
really like the colours scheme. I like the graphics. And, yeah, it's probably put together really well.
Yeah, well, the
Lots of
Vertigos...
little,
I have
lots of little
Vertigos.
anodized shiny bits, which are nice.
Yeah, I think that's nice. I think they've... well, when you buy a Works, you get all that taken away. But
Oh.
then what you do is you buy a DL.
Put it
DL
back on.
RS. Or the new RS2, which is the DL RS, but in worse colours.
Okay. It's going to be a good bike.
Yeah, man, it's a good bike. It doesn't matter what colour the stickers are at the end of the day.
Yep.
I had 2 Nitro Vertigos, same shape. I still attest that my Vertigo R3 was one of the best bikes I've ever owned in my life.
It was like you'd come home when you jumped off beta and onto that, because all of a sudden it just lit this childlike enthusiasm.
I know.
And then you had a nitro and it popped.
I know that too. It was, it was different. I did start to love my green Nitro.
You did?
Like,
But it took a long time for you to gel
it
with
took
it.
a few weeks to get on with that
It
bike.
did.
I was like, you know, when you know that a bike brand has come away from one shape and gone to another shape of bike. When I owned the Nitro, in the beginning, I was like, I've made the biggest mistake of my life. Getting rid of it.
There was a lot of fraught evenings in our workshop. And then you did eventually fettle it to how
Yeah,
you
I
loved
did.
it.
I
You
think
get
bike
it there.
setup is everything, you know. I think Carrie can attest to that at the end of the day. Carrie has a very specifically set up bike. Basically, the bike is built for a teeny tiny person.
Yes.
Is that all right?
Yes.
A small person.
A small person. And
Whereas
and it's 100% something that you'll notice. At the end of the day, bike setup is going to be different for everybody.
I'm keeping my shit together.
I've noticed you're doing very well, Stu.
Thank you.
And-
That goes to a previous episode we filmed here, and it's...
Yeah, the previous episode here, by the
It was
way,
just
I
brought up.
love that
It was just
episode.
brought up.
I do think that Tony K from Road and Trials,
should be on stage. He's hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious. Oh, man.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and in that same ilk, I think from a bike setup point of view, Carrie's bike or any female in the sport is not going to be close to a big tall male. You know what I mean? Well, let's be honest. Dependent on the size of the person is going to be dependent on the bike setup.
Going into that, I think in the ladies' categories, ladies riding,
Yeah.
it has to be said, there is a massive variation in physical sizes and strengths, more so than the men, trials. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I know that's not in any way derogatory or anything, but yeah, I think
love this backpedaling, keep going.
the bikes are. You couldn't set one bike up that would suit all the ladies. These little tiny petite ones, these other girls that are physically stronger, and yeah, I think your bikes must be a lot harder to set up than some of the lads' bikes.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
like
Agreed?
Yeah, I agree. I've had to get a smaller spring, a lighter spring for mine.
See,
That's finding it really hard to move it around. Or I was getting chucked around at road trials a lot, especially in streams, and I was thinking, why can't I hang on to this bloody bike? And then changed the spring down to a 62.5, I think, now.
Made a big difference.
So much better.
There you go.
suspension is everything at the end of the day. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean, by the way, for people that are buying brand new bikes, that if you are inside the weight parameters of the spring, don't start messing with the suspension too much.
Don't mess for messing's sake. Them people wind me up a bit. Because what's wrong with the bike? Nothing. So what have you done? Well, I've tinkered with everything.
What's
and now
your trials knowledge?
And now it's worse.
Nothing.
And now it's worse, yeah. We get them turning up at trials day, don't we? Well, can you just set my bike up? Because I've had a play, but I'm not sure if it's right. And we're like, right,
I'm like,
everything
what do you
back
know
to
about
base.
trials?
Everything back to base setting. Let's go from there.
Well, that's it, innit? I think the best one is when they turn up with a brand new bike, they've set their suspension settings. For people that are listening to this, I did the inverted commas thing with my fingers just then, and their suspension, and which is really funny because they obviously know way more about trials than Gas, Vertigo, Sherco, TRS.
All their test
These lot have known
riders.
nothing about suspension settings, and Why would they?
For your average clubman male rider, that bike out the box is bang on.
He's ready.
However, the same bike for the ladies may not be because of the, like, going back to what we just said, the weight differences.
Yeah.
I'm just big boned, all right.
Or slight boned.
Slight boned.
Yeah.
I like that. I
Yes.
might lose that. He's a slight thing of a lad.
Oh, yes.
But Carrie, you've obviously, over the years, because Carrie's got a bit of a unique story as well about how she got into trials pre-lockdown as well. Because where did you buy your first bike from?
Road and Trials.
Road and Trials.
Ta-da.
And she bought a lemon. No, I'm joking. It's got nothing to do with the shop at this point. The bike that she had was a TXT Pro.
Gag bike.
It was not a gag bike. It was a TXT Pro, right?
Yeah, 280.
280?
280.
Yeah.
280.
That's a beast.
Ready for the weekend. Jesus.
Oh, my God. Yes,
Honestly,
that was the wrong bike.
For somebody that weighs as much as you do, Carrie, you got
wrong bike.
in the section. You weren't going in the section. You were like in
And out.
Wow.
and out.
Very quickly.
Just a blur.
If you, now knowing what you know now with the experience that you now have, would you recommend that bike to you again?
Probably not.
Probably not. Hey, man.
wow.
Though.
You managed.
I just crack on.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to lie. I see that week in, week out when we go to trials. Carrie's like, I just cracked on. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
but I mean, I'm older than you lot, and I remember at Sharpcliffe Hall, and Pete Beardmore was doing an ACU women's training day, and it was all to get ready when the ladies' championship was a brand new thing. And you remember Jude Mellor used to ride in it, and there'd be, I think, a very young Becky Cook,
Young Donna Fox.
and that's when it was at its infancy.
Carly Sherwin.
Yes, and look where it is now. It's really rocketed forward. I mean,
Leander Dabble.
yeah, numbers wise, very much on the up.
The ladies.
I can't attest too much, I guess, because I've only been at it a couple of years.
Yeah.
I think it's still going fairly strong, but I think there's some improvements that need to be made.
Oh, go on.
Oh, go on.
Embellish.
Yes, they do.
This is a
Yes,
safe
they
space.
do. I want to hear how it's.
Well,
what-
there was meetings that were had for this upcoming season of what the girls wanted from the championship because it's our
was
championship.
Who was this with? With the ACU?
I think it was being put forward by Lionel of Berkhamsted Club.
Okay.
He
Okay.
runs like Nash site quite a lot, I think, or to do with the Berkhamsted Club.
Okay. So down south.
And he obviously he's all for the girls and getting us further, progressing us, creating future champions, all of that. So he was helping liaise, I guess, with people in charge. And we were like, well, we want stop allowed because no stop is after bollocks because observers can't consistently judge it. The amount of fives I got given when I've then watched an expert ride a horse for 30 seconds. And I'm like,
Wow.
how is that fair? It's...
You wouldn't have two sets of rules for tennis, would you? The women are playing by one lot of rules, lads are playing by another. Mm-hmm. So I can't, for the life of me, realise why. Because lads can opt stop and everything now.
Yes, they
surely the girls should be able to too.
The FIM have deemed the rules that trials is now stop and hop
Yeah.
across the board. So therefore, having a non-stop championship for the ladies from a national series would be counterintuitive.
It's completely perplexing.
Yeah.
Why would you have two different rules?
I mean, why would
It's
you
the
have
same sport.
Why would you have two different sets of rules? But
It's the same sport.
you know, the comments are igniting right now, telling me that I'm the worst person.
I don't know. You're telling me all about it. So, what else is grinding your gears about certain things?
Removing the 50-50 championship. So the
Hey.
one that would be half and half Route 2 to Route 1.
Yeah.
So if I want to then progress further, I'd have to go straight to Route 1 and I would probably die.
That
against Emma
is
Bristow
a
or-
major-
Yeah.
That
Alice
you know,
Minter,
Alice
Caitlin
Minter.
Adshed. How am I going to go against them from
So how?
That's
2
a
years
major
of
step
riding?
backwards. Where's the stepping stone?
Let's also
Yeah.
be honest. The championship for the ladies is, shall we say, less well known, and as a stepping stone of getting the ladies to that level, that would be a great thing to do.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course it would.
Like,
And if
surely
you-
they want us to get to trial GB
Yeah.
to be able to compete in expert, but how are we ever going to get there if we can't progress to even our own top route? And you're also going to have people sandbagging on our route and taking the championship from someone who actually deserves it on Inters.
Well said.
Well said, because we are like...
That's true.
Mate, I ate a pot hunter. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I genuinely now cringe if I go to a club trial and get called that guy from Trialtube. When I get there and, like, you know, people point the finger and do the... You know the thing where they're nice to your face but then talk shit behind your back? And, like, when they do that, that is, like, my pet hate. And they're like... Well, why has he come to this trial? Maybe I've gone to that trial because it's local to my house. Maybe I've gone to that trial because it's the trial that I know I can get to, have a day's riding on my bike, enjoying my sport, and then get home in time for tea.
And do your actual work tomorrow.
Yes, and like actually just enjoy the sport, you know, same as yourself. And I think that people, if you win a route, for instance, let's propose a solution, because I hate people coming to the channel and saying, why didn't you do that? And this is, but they'll you know, they hate on you, but they never actually give you a solution.
Yeah.
So let's propose a solution.
Yeah.
The solution is basically, A, listen to the riders. B,
You haven't got a championship without him.
yeah, no riders, no championship. At the end of the day, that's fine. You can promote a championship as much as you like, but if people don't turn up, it don't exist.
Yeah.
Okay? Get the young ladies more inspired to ride. Give them the classes that they want. Listen to the riders. And then, as it, shall we say, progresses down the line, once you've got a healthy, you know, register of, or so I was going to say like a healthy amount of athletes riding that championship, then promote it even further.
Yeah.
You know, try to ease people into the championship. And I know it's the British Championship that you're on about, the Ladies British Championship, and I know that's the highest level, but if you're setting out 2 routes, adding a 50-50 route is easy, because you just say, ride section 2, 4, 6 and 8 on the lower route, ride section 1, 3, 5.
It couldn't be easier.
No.
You go to every club trial and they do it effortlessly.
Yeah.
So it just perplexes me why that's not a thing. It doesn't make sense.
Do we think, you know, Carrie, obviously I've never been to a Ladies British Championship. Frankly, I just...
Fake fun.
Yeah, you know, I just feel like I just haven't got the equipment to do it.
Or too much equipment.
Or too much equipment. Hey, jury's out.
There you go.
But, got to make a joke then. One that I'll probably have to edit out later about me identifying as a woman, but can't do that. So I'll edit that out later. That's me reminding me to edit that out now, Dan. Prick.
So, can I ask a question? So,
Always.
the ladies paddock, friendly bunch?
Yeah, everyone's really nice.
So, is it quite a big camaraderie?
I'd say so. Everyone really helps each other.
Yeah, that's good then.
You get...
There's no cattiness.
No, not that I've ever seen.
Oh, that's
Just
brilliant.
amongst the male minders.
Yeah.
Oh, the mums and dads.
No, don't talk about mums and dads at youth trials.
So, let's like putting people on the spot. Who is the nicest person in the paddock?
What a nice question.
That you just go, oh, she's mint. Who is the nicest girl that you compete against? Just not necessarily the best rider, not the worst rider, the nicest. Always smiling, always happy to be there.
I can probably name 2.
Go on then.
Oh, nice.
Nikki Louie,
Yeah.
who's usually always there. Oh no, there's also Donna Fox when she's there. We know Fox, who lives down the road from me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nikki Louie, she rides at Scunny Club with me and is part of the organisation. And obviously, she's been riding Ladies British since the first one, the very first in '99.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So she's been there the entire time, pretty much on and off. Not always, not every year competing, but since the start she's been there. And Izzy Coopy, younger lass, was on Scorpa, now Sherco, same as me. Was on a Fajardo last I checked, but just usually me and her paired up a lot last year, and Adam, my minder, and her dad, we'd help each other if we need a spot and 2 spots.
That's nice to have a nice paddock, isn't it?
Yeah, a nice paddock can make the difference.
Nice people, nice smiley people.
Yeah.
Just like a British Championship round.
Yeah. What else? Go, you ask a question now. Go on.
Yeah,
fire
no
away.
worries.
Awards
I
as
can
well,
do this.
actually. Can we go on
Awards?
to awards?
Can we talk about awards?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about
she's getting
awards.
all the awards.
Yeah, this is good.
This is now.
This is free therapy.
This is the Trialtube podcast therapy session with Carrie Dickinson.
Actually, I've got a pointer about this, about awards.
Go on.
So there is a young lady rider in the UK, Alicia Robinson, whose dad You know, we were saying unsung heroes.
Yeah.
It came up in conversation the other day, and we were saying the Robinson family do a fantastic job of A, putting on events, B, Alicia's a fantastic, shall we say, ladies' idyllic rider, you know,
Yeah.
And does a great job, obviously rides for John Lampkin.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as a family of unsung heroes, like their super trial is amazing, and they still find the time to do a full lot of World Championship campaign and ride all the British and are probably at the ladies. And at the ladies British Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, where does this guy find the weekends?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, and girl found
Just
the
saw him
weekends.
at Vic Britain, probably when I was upside down in a ditch, and he was like, "You're all right, Carrie," and I was like, "Been better."
I feel like
But he's
Stu
like, "Keep
Robinson
going,
is
mate."
always there. Like, if you're upside down, Stu is there.
He's the man.
Like, if you're at a trial on the back end of nowhere on Land's End, Stu is there. Like, Johnny's just a cardboard cutout.
Like an action hero.
Yeah, I
Always
think
ready
so,
to
yeah.
come.
Stu Robinson, action hero, out next week. Sorry, carry on.
Yep. Go on. Grind the
Awards.
skiers. Awards.
Awards. Do you know what I got for coming P3 ladies inters?
Go on.
Right?
Certificate. Couldn't print it myself.
And pride.
Wow.
After
I got a certificate.
Thousands of pounds and all my sponsors' lovely effort.
And a
Got
certificate. I've got a certificate
Yeah?
that I went on a course so I can move chickens to the market and back.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a certificate, and you've got. I think she put a bit more effort in.
Do you know what?
To get her certificate.
Talking about certificates, I got a certificate.
Oh,
Yeah. Best.
Dentist.
No.
Oh.
No. Best Dad Award.
oh! Did your little girl make it? Give it you.
No, it was
On
from my
Father's
step
Day.
family. No, that was a joke, by the way. What we're saying is all of that effort can be made, and
You need a big trophy for
yeah,
it.
man.
It's
Like,
not-
I'd
they're
take
not
a little
even-
trophy.
you take a little trophy.
Granted, though, men are also getting the same treatment,
Yeah.
but they're also not happy about it.
No, I know.
So-
And again, this is like therapy. If you
It
are a
is. I'm
male
having
that
a
doesn't
great
talk
time.
about your
So
feelings,
go on. What's the crux of it? What do you want to tell? There's now your mic.
You are the
Look into
on the
that
ladies'
camera
forum right now.
and tell the ACU what to do to make it better.
Just care about us. Give us just more than a certificate.
just care about us. Oh my God!
Would that work?
Yeah.
Is it like one of them RSPCA adverts yet?
I was
Is everyone
expecting-
crying? Can you put some like sad music in
I
background?
can do my
over that
best.
bit?
Yeah, I can definitely find
Nice.
some.
I was
you know?
expecting a
Nice.
big burst of aggression there and go, listen, you.
I think you'll find that
No.
that doesn't happen amongst the ladies. Ladies talk
No.
about their problems, whereas men, we
Suck it up.
actually, yeah, that seems to be a thing in the wider variety, the wider consensus nowadays. But on a good note,
We'll make it right.
Obviously, when you mentioned your sponsors and stuff like that, obviously, Road and Trials have backed you for how long now?
Since I got the 2022 showcase, so December 2021.
December
Fair play,
2021,
Yeah.
and
That's a good stint.
Yeah.
shall we say unknown entity to the sport at that time as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Tony and Kerry and the team put some backing behind you. But I have got a view on sponsorship. Okay. Now, my view, which I think you probably may agree with me, and you probably will too.
Mm-hmm.
I think sponsorship should be more than a two-way street. So
Oh, completely.
no matter what support you get from the person, you have to give more back,
Yeah.
show more value
Yes.
in
Yeah.
that time.
Run
because,
that logo everywhere.
oh yeah,
mention
man,
them
if they cut you down the
everywhere.
middle, it needs to say Road and Trials.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Which is the way I think it should work.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm coming from a place of experience. If anybody doesn't know my previous, I rode for Fox Clothing for 10 years as a trials rider.
Yep.
And riding for a motocross brand for 10 years as a trials rider, I was not in the right camp. I was lost slightly.
Yeah.
And Fox were not afraid to fire anybody.
No.
Okay, it's like riding for Nike.
Yep.
Now,
Big company.
big company, and also great company. You know what? When I was dropped from Fox, I said thank you. I was like, thank you so much for backing me for 10 years.
Yep.
I literally walked out the door smiling because I was never supposed to bloody be there.
No, you did well.
You know what I mean? So you've done exactly that with Road and Trials. every post, every video.
Yep. You plug.
Carrie is one of the only riders that does an after-race report.
That's what you should do.
I think it's the least you can do. It's the bare minimum, really.
Absolutely.
It's a good, shall we say, leveller.
Obviously, the pinnacle of ladies trials riders is Emma Bristow.
Yep.
Would you say a massive role model to you yourself, the other girls?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Even men should look at her and be like, damn.
Yeah, she spanked me at Ookwoods.
So, and we know this. We know she's just phenomenal. She's a national treasure.
MB.
Is another honest question.
Hit me.
So, at some point, she's going to retire, hang the boots up. Who's going to be the next hot shot to step into those very big boots?
I think Alice Spencer's probably one.
I think she's working hard.
Yeah,
She is grafting.
Yeah.
She's taken a few big knocks as well, you know. Like
And keeps going.
Anybody
Comes
that has
back.
surgery and comes back, you know, we
Wants it.
all know rocking the operating table is not the one that you want to be riding.
I feel like she achieved a lot last year. What she
Even
had
straight off the back of that.
European, British.
She was European and British champion, wasn't
trials.
she?
She was part of the Trials the Nations team, wasn't she?
And finished
So,
top 5 at the World Championship.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think that's a solid call, that one.
I think that's a solid call.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's very nice. I've seen her at many road trials, and she's like, "Carrie, try that line," and I'm like, "Did," and then I'm upside down, and I'm like, "Well, thanks for the advice, but that was
That was for your level.
the
And
execution."
Stu Robinson picked her up, you know.
the advice was great. The execution on my part was the fault.
Wow.
But I appreciate it anyway.
So Carrie's got something in common with you, Stu,
Oh,
which you may not know about.
She's a dairy farmer. A cattle farmer.
yeah.
She's not a dairy farmer.
Not dairy. I'm not a dairy farmer.
You're not a dairy farmer either.
I'm a beef farmer.
Yeah. When was the last time you were a dairy farmer?
10
Welcome
years
to
ago.
Farmers Weekly. Carrie names stuff. She names her bikes.
Yeah.
And you must.
It's a must.
You must.
They must be named.
Yeah,
The
my
family.
van, my nice new van outside is called Duran. Duran the van. Yes.
I thought you named it after the rallycross driver, rallycross hero, you know, Pat Duran.
No, it's just Duran.
No, I thought it was just going to be like renamed.
My
as
van before
Duran.
that. My van before that was called Stan.
The van.
The van. And then the one before that was Dan the van. There you go. So what do you name?
My current trials bike is Santos.
Santos.
The one before was Stavros.
Right. There's a theme.
Yeah.
There's a theme.
One before Santiago.
There's definitely a
Santiago.
theme.
All Shirkos. Yeah, 3 Shirkos, all with the letter S. I like this. I know it might sound completely nonsensical, but hey, whatever works.
And the first one was Spartacus.
Spartacus.
Nice. Next one, Gary? No.
No, she's not going to go on, I guess.
Dave.
Nah,
Dave.
I think we'll go for Santos the second.
Santos, the second coming.
Santos Jr.
Couldn't really do it then. Didn't.
And then we've got Victory the van outside.
Victory the van.
Yeah.
Aye. No.
He brings you luck.
Exactly.
He brings you
Do you
luck.
think
If you
so?
don't name it, it's a bad omen.
Well,
you,
my
you
current
name
bike's
it.
called Oi.
Yeah.
The one before that was called...
And
No, maybe
that's
that
why
was the
you've had
rider.
bad-
I think that was
and
the
that's why
rider.
you've had bad luck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had bad luck. I just had, not enough luck to keep getting out riding. For me, it's
See-
time versus riding.
You have to, even if you're at your worst time, at least if it's named, you can bollock it.
Like, come
and
on,
a proper
Dave!
name comes up. You know, oh, you, Sebastian, you. Well, if you just go, you bike, it doesn't flow.
Yeah.
It doesn't vent your anger.
Not enough.
No.
I know, yeah, but not in the ladies' paddock, of course, but in the men's paddock, they're well judgy. Yeah, and I can't take that. Can you imagine standing in the middle of a British Championship game? Listen here, Veronica the Vertigo. Like,
You'd have felt better. You'd have
would.
felt better.
I would have felt better. I'm just going to have a bunch of youths in
You
the car
would.
park saying, you know, he's not weird on the internet, he's weird in real life too.
I am weird. I've got, I'm a classic BMW geek and love them. And my black E30 is called Gabby, after Gabriella Sabatini, the tennis player. Because I thought she was fit as fuck when I was 15.
Valid.
Did you?
Yeah. And that was my dream car when I was 15.
I just thought you meant when you turned the key, it went,
No, that's me when it won't start.
yeah.
Gabs-
Not a single indicator was fitted.
Guess the gas's name.
Go on.
Guess it.
Do you want me guessing? Oh,
Guess.
for me having a gas now.
No, mine.
Oh, your gas.
The one I had.
Gaston.
I like that, but no.
No.
Gerald.
No. Also like that.
Go on.
Go.
Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Oh, of course.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you look like, yeah.
Giovanni the gas.
There's a theme
I
here,
can't,
isn't
I
there?
can't wait till next Sherco comes
See,
in named
no,
Steve.
My
Oh, yeah, not so exotic.
yeah.
Fancied a bit of Donny. Like, who's the new bike name? Well, he's moved into Doncaster. I think you'd find his name's Steve.
Steve.
Spelled the conventional way.
And I
No
bought
PH.
two. The other one's
Collecting his
Wayne.
dole on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Kicking
I
some
had a jive with Donny
pigeons.
earlier on as well, didn't we?
Yeah, you have to name.
Got to
your-
name a
your-
bike.
your
Talking
things you're
about
passionate
naming
about.
things, let's
Yep.
name our sponsors very quickly. We do this halfway through anyway.
Yes.
Obviously, this episode is sponsored by the lovely team at Road and Trials. It's not the reason why Carrie's on. We brought Carrie on because we like her, and we also wanted to give a bit more elevation to the ladies' side of the
Absolutely,
industry.
a focus on the fantastic female riders out there. There's a lot of young ones coming through, isn't there?
Yeah,
we
some
we
really
currently
good young
train
ones.
young Kaylee Rich. She's absolutely trials mad.
Yeah.
I can't get more than 2 words out of her because she's so shy.
It's funny, I can't get her shut up.
So shy. Really?
No.
Oh, okay. She's super shy, but there is a very healthy. I mean, and I think it's because we have got the higher role models. The young girls can look up and aspire to
Inspiration.
and I think that's fan-bloody-tastic.
Yeah.
It's great. Good that you've had some niggles. How things can improve.
Yeah.
If things will never improve unless it's voiced.
Yeah.
Well, again,
You might end up being the spokesperson
I
for
hope
the
so.
ladies' championship. We're going to sit
I
down.
feel like we're not asking for much, that's all.
I think you need to just. This might be a nice platform to wake the ACU up and,
Well, you'll love
and
this.
sit down and go, right, we're having another meeting direct to the top. Boom.
I know, and I mean I know,
Yeah.
that people from the ACU listen to this.
Oh, I know.
Hi.
So,
Please
Carrie,
don't cancel my license.
please don't.
No,
Carrie
I-
said something against the ACU, cancelled.
I think if there's going to be a lot of girls that agree with you, I think when you get into that paddock, they're going to be coming up after this is aired and high-fiving and you're going, thank you for speaking up.
There's been some girls taking action anyway. I think Millie Duval had meetings back in December with a bunch of other girls to obviously voice what we wanted after our asks had been denied to try do something about it. But so far, I believe we've had no progress.
Well,
so
I've heard there's a march on rugby.
I'm there. Pitchforks.
Yeah, so watch out if you're getting out of your car and rugby tomorrow.
You've just got to all group together, stick your guns and get
Yeah.
a group of voice that they
But yeah,
cannot
one
ignore.
voice at the end of the day.
Absolutely, they can't
I mean,
ignore
in
it.
the
Yeah.
past, let's be honest, there's been occasions where many trials riders have come together, you know, and voiced the opinion, and the ACU did whatever they wanted. So,
There is this other big thing called the AMCA. And all the girls could just go, Trot, we're going over there. What do you want? We'd like this. Okay.
I mean, we found it with a lot of clubs now. Let's be honest. So, where are you riding this weekend, Carrie?
Stu Robinson, Wallace Cup.
Wallace Cup. Stu
Say
Robinson.
woo.
I'm coming,
God,
guys.
he's just everywhere, this man. Well, I'm going to Carston Pastures, and Stu's doing the same.
I am.
Out of retirement.
Cute.
And
12 years since I last rode a trial. I spend sometimes 4 days a week teaching people how to trials, getting people into the sport, and I've forgotten that I should be doing what I love as well.
Yeah, it's true. And it's easy to talk about it,
Yep.
to teach it, to promote it. For many people that possibly haven't put their bike over a leg for years and years on end, and we know they were trials riders, but even people that, shall we say, live through it, such as, I'm going to name names, but I know this guy was a trials rider, Jake Miller, who obviously put so much time and effort into the DL12 and stuff like that,
Yep.
and events in the past. But some of these people that are so critical to our industry don't get time to ride, which is another thing that I personally like about coming to Road and Trials, because I know that on a Sunday, Tony goes to ride,
Yeah.
which I think's sick. You know, there's not many riders out there. Again, actually, also, you know, other people that we've had that run shops, a lot of the good shops, because there's a difference between good shops and the others, is if the people that run them actually take part in the sport, then that makes a huge difference to the mindset of the people that are coming to the
We
shop.
know everybody. Life gets busy. Life can be crazy. Life can get on. And I'm looking forward to it because I think I'm just going to go and enjoy not being Stu Day, the trials instructor, the trials promoter. I'm going to just be able to go back and just shut myself down and go, no, this is the old Stu. This is Stu going through flags, having a giggle, talking to folks, off duty.
Yeah.
Just having fun. And I'm looking forward to that. And I don't care where I finish. I genuinely do not care. I just want to go and have a fun.
Do you know what I feel?
There'll be no hissy fits or dummy throwing.
No, I'll do that for us. I'm not. I don't like dabbing. It's against my religion. And I think, for me, it'll be a personal win because I have campaigned for a while to get Stu back at a trial carry. Honestly, I really have.
You've been chipping away for the last 4 years.
Better late than never.
Better late than never, yeah?
It's just there's been a lot going on. And I did break my back in two
Such
places.
Futile excuses for not doing the trial.
I need to be more...
pussy.
Tape.
I know. I need just man up.
Bit of duct tape.
Duct tape. And so I'll get Rosie get tiger balm out. I'll be right
great.
with you.
Hey man, I'll let you live with that. If I
Zip ties.
Zip ties, tiger balm, and some
Put
duct tape.
Put the vertebrae
Sounds
back
like
together.
a good night.
I know.
Standard Tuesday.
So just going through this. Right, weird story.
Go on. I love these.
Little snippets of Dan's weird history.
Go on.
I must go back to trials history school. Sorry, I'm such a child.
We've got a fair share
in all
of
fairness, we've got-
correctors. haven't we?
exactly.
So we call them correctors rather than just
Correctors.
grumpy little nerds.
It's always gonna. I'll meet them in real life, and they'll be like. Anyway, so the Japanese team at bicycle trials run about right now.
Oh, right, cycle trials, yeah.
Cycle trials wouldn't wear their good riding shoes during practice and would use flip-flops.
What?
I know this is a tangent, and I know I'm getting off on one.
What is that seriously a
Nice.
thing?
It's a thing because the pedals were so sharp they didn't want to damage their Monty factory style trainers at the time, and many of them had flip-flops held together with duct tape.
Nice.
More weird trials trivia coming.
I might start riding my sliders.
Do you think that's a thing nowadays?
I think that's a dumbass thing.
Hey, I'm telling you now, there's some banging Japanese riders in flip-flops.
Have you ever ridden a trials bike in a pair of shorts?
Yeah, once.
Yes, I did once, and my leg stuck to the exhaust, and that was a lesson learnt, kids.
Was it on a gas
right
gas?
there? Yes, it was. A gas
Me
gas.
too also.
That's one of those. Yes, and you've got that lovely bubble that you can't stop playing with, and
Until
then
it goes
pops,
pop and it wrecks.
and then you wake up stuck.
So that tells you if you are going to ride your bike up and down outside your parents' house, or I think at the time my dad was trying to teach me how to stoppie, just like every dad would teach their kid, by saying, "Go faster, pull the front brake harder."
Yeah, no.
But the only thing that was happening was I was riding round that much on a sunny day that the front pipe was just getting glowing hot,
nearly molten.
It really very warm. And then when I stopped, like every small trials rider does,
Yep.
looking at you, Carrie,
Small person.
But
small person. Small would
stop it.
you then sit in
wrong
the
with
kind of
small
like,
people?
shall we say, like the crevice area of the airbox, like the lowest part of the frame.
Yeah.
You'd sit down there, wouldn't you, and put your legs forward in front of the pegs, and as doing so, therefore melting your leg to the front.
Yeah.
Very fun.
It's a
I've got
rite
a
of
scar.
passage.
It is a
isn't
rite of
it?
passage. If you're a trials rider without getting your leg burned on the
I've still
front
got a
pipe.
scar.
It's a rite of passage, like ripping your little finger back when you get too close to a tree. We've
Or
all done
almost
that
off.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is these things. Laughing at your mate behind you because he's a twat, and then riding into a branch and having instant karma.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
Instant lap karma when
Yeah.
you're riding around a venue that you don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
laughing about the section that you shouldn't have had a dab on.
Yeah.
Then you look back at your friend and you're like, you had a one. Turn round, tree, bang.
Boom. Yep, done it.
Yeah,
Done
exactly
it.
there.
Done it.
No, now that is definitely a thing.
And that's why we love trials.
And that is another reason why we love trials, of course. Now, Carrie, from your outside observation from, because speaking on a male perspective, because that's the only perspective I've got to speak on.
Unless there's breaking news.
Breaking news.
No, just parking. No.
Hey, Monty Python did it. I want to be named Loretta. Very, very funny scene.
That is the
very
best
funny
ever.
scene.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be called
Danielle
Loretta,
Butler.
San? I want to have babies. And anyway, from an outside perspective,
Yeah.
from the male side of the sport, I thought it was brilliant to see the ladies have their own indoor at Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arguably, when me and Ash went to Barcelona last time as well, it was, I'd go as far to say it was like a nail biter to watch.
Do you think there should be in the intermission a ladies quick fire ladies round?
A deal.
Yeah, DL.
Damn right.
I agree.
That'd be sick.
I agree also.
It should be
Yeah.
done. It would be brilliant for the sport, for the ladies, for the people watching.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Get it done. Be fantastic.
They
I
could,
know
they
there's-
could add me in as a stunt show.
Quick four-rider shootout.
Stu Robinson, your minder.
With a change of presenters. You've got the lady presenters come on.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Still won't get the
3/4
job.
of an hour of fantastic entertainment.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. I think that the Barcelona ladies trial was a lot better this year.
Yeah.
I thought the section level was also a lot higher.
Yeah.
It was a massive jump from the previous one that was a bit of a pressure cooker where there wasn't really much to ride on the year previous, but it did make it entertaining for us to watch because an easy trial, it's easy to drop a mark at an easy trial.
What if you even had 2 teams of 4 ladies and it was like a relay trial?
Even
That'd be
that.
cool.
Anything.
That'd be entertainment. It's
Anything.
fun. It's great to get.
Look
the
at
girls.
this. We're like, this would be a good idea.
Anything.
That'd be a good idea. And Carrie's just like, anything. Anything. I'm a broken person. Anything for the ladies, please.
But it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
should be there.
100%.
It should be there.
100%. I think
It's a no-brainer.
it's almost like a, what's the word for it? It's just, I just feel like it's a piece of content that's missing.
Well, here's the thing. The ladies pay every single penny as much for their bikes as we do for ours. Give them the same back. Sport, give them the same back.
Yeah.
That's that.
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
Every club
is
trial
the
has a
problem?
ladies class. Down, boom. Give them the spotlight. Let them ride in front of the home crowd. Let them get the applause. It's going to boost the confidence. It's going to make them want to ride harder and compete better.
Right. Just an idea. Just on camera. Don't know
Yep.
if they're listening. I know they're listening. Hiya, Barry. Wouldn't it be cool? Because I know that the British Championship may, not that I've heard a rumour, sorry, Barry, become a 2-day event where they have the youths on the Saturday and the adults on the Sunday, which is the way it used to be years ago. And I used to really enjoy that because you'd go to a venue as a kid rider, you'd ride, and then after you do your trial on the same venue, etc., the next day the adult sections were open. You were there the day before, you could walk the adult sections. It was sick, man.
You felt part of it.
You felt part
It was
of
like
it.
you were preparing for when
But
you were the
later
big
in
boy.
life, you were hyped.
So put the girls on the
Of
Saturday.
the ladies on the Saturday.
Yep.
Great idea.
What's wrong with that?
You know what that's called? Common sense. A good idea.
Hey, don't start telling my wife I've got common sense.
Is it not common?
No.
Okay.
There's no sense either.
Oh.
According to her, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you think that's a good thing to do?
That'd be great.
Why should there be 2 separate championships?
Yeah.
Why is it not just the British Championship that includes the British men and ladies?
You know when
With
you go to
50-50 options.
with
50-50 class.
options. But Wimbledon, not 2 separate Wimbledons. One Wimbledon.
There's Wimbledon.
Yes, correct. One sport. Done. Boom. In. Done. Makes sense to me.
The only thing that we
TT.
should segregate in trials is people that ride no stop.
They can have their own thing. They can have their own championships. They can have their own
I've only said it because I know I'm going to get a reaction.
can have their
Listen, I've only said that because I know I'm going to get a reaction. All right, yeah.
It's just that's their own thing.
No,
It's
stop.
It's like grass or clay.
Different things, different folks, different strokes. Yeah.
You've got it. Yeah, you can't please
One's right,
everyone.
one's wrong. So now, believe it or not, time does always fly when we do these podcasts.
It does.
And if you're still listening right now, thank you very much for staying so committed to the cause, because
and listening to this accent.
and listen,
The brain power.
the brain power that's behind it.
And the counselling session.
You know what's
live.
funny, right? I've never really worked this out, because when you watch Carrie, she moves quite quickly, and when she does things quite quickly. But then when you speak to her, she's like she's the yin to my yang. Do you get my drift?
Oh.
I'm my own yin yang.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I speak really quickly.
Yeah, I do. I'm the opposite of that. I can speak really quickly, but my body is that knackered now. I'm just move slow.
I've just got this mental image of like a man's body running slowly, but their mouth going really, really quickly.
That's
maybe I
me
can
running
put that
after
in
my
editing,
cows.
yeah?
That's me running after my cows now. Get up again! And I'm like, oh god.
But when I talk to Carrie, it's like, all right, Carrie, I'm all right. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Could you imagine if she'd had a spliff? There'd just be one noise.
Have you ever seen that bit? Obviously, you wouldn't have seen this, but I've got a young daughter at home, and there's a film called Zootropolis, right? It's a Disney film.
I have heard of it. I've
Right,
never watched it.
where all the characters, like in most Disney films, are animals, right? And as a part of this tangent, by the way, sorry if you're listening to this and you're expecting trials, soz. There's a character in it anyway, and he works at the DMV or DVLA.
Zootopia, Danny.
Yeah,
You don't even remember
he
his
is
name.
a sloth. Yeah.
That's me.
He's a sloth.
That's my spirit
And
animal.
basically, they're taking the mickey about when you go to get a license or something, everything moves slowly.
Yeah.
But everybody that works at the DVLA in this film or at the DSA or whatever is a sloth. Everybody, right? And it's like, I'm not saying that Carrie, when you talk to her, she's like a sloth, but it's like...
There's new blood in there. It might jiggle on.
Would you reckon?
Might do.
Yeah, I know, but when you watch that film, he's just like...
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Honestly, you want...
No, but the best bit is he's got a sports car at end and fucking
Yeah, he
flying
has to
around.
drive the sports car. And he pulls up and he's going like, it's you!
Are we now reviewing?
I've never realised this.
We're reviewing
My
Disney films.
spirit animal.
Right, if you ever have like a trials paint job on your helmet,
Sloth.
it must be a sloth.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
it has to
in
be
a sports car.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
Carrie
With
the
racing
sloth.
stripes.
Racing, yeah, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Because
Amazing.
normally I just see this like blue blur go past me in a trial, and I'm like, oh, Carrie.
Boss gay weirdly.
Yeah, proper like really, really amped
So
for
we've
it.
gone from crash test Carrie to Carrie the sloth.
What
Maybe one on
contrast.
one side and one on the other.
I didn't say when she crashed, she got up fast.
So I call that balance.
Ah, right. One extreme to the other.
Exactly.
Right, okay, I've got you. Now, Carrie, I hope you've enjoyed being with us on the Trialtube podcast this week.
I was a bit scared, but then I watched your chat. Absolute.
Nonsense.
Yeah, we just
With-
talk piffle. It's been very nice to have a ladies' view, a ladies' episode. I'm sure we're going to do more of them in the future. Hopefully, we are going to have the Queen of Trials herself on. I think that would be very good to do. I'm sure there's plenty of tales of all sorts that can come if Emma comes on. Anything to say to the younger girls? You can have the last bite of this before we wrap it up. Say something inspirational to the young trials girls.
Take your time.
Okay. Literally. Okay.
In your own time. Anytime now. No pressure.
He said, take me time. Oh, nearly knocked my bottle over. Just keep going. Don't think it's just for boys. At least you're starting young. I started at like 24. So if I can do it at my mildly older age, start late.
Mature.
Mature age. I'll take that. Don't think I am mature, but we'll go with it. You can do it. And like there'll always be other older girls to help you out and progress you on. So just keep at it.
That'll do.
That will do. That
That'll do nicely.
You donkey.
Let's wrap it up then.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Of course, a huge thank you to the team at Road and Trials, because obviously they've given you so much support as well.
Dream team.
The dream team, and
It's the Trials family.
it is. You know, they're a family-run business,
It's a
and
very welcoming place to come
it is a
into.
very welcoming place to be.
They are
there's-
fantastic people.
Yeah, definitely. And I think how forward-thinking of them to choose Carrie as their next main supported rider at the end of the day. You know,
why not plant a seed and watch it grow?
Yeah, and it has definitely from what I've seen over the last few years, since meeting Carrie, since obviously her, shall we say, growth in the sport as well. Definitely through the school of hard knocks. Definitely not taking anything.
Sometimes
taking
that's
away.
the
You're
only
not
way you
crashing,
can
you're
learn.
not trying.
Yeah, if you're not crashing, you're not trying. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Like I say, to have that level of support from the guys at Road and Trials is pretty sick.
Yeah,
It's
very lucky. I'm
yeah,
very
it's
thankful.
cool. It's cool. But we're going to wrap that up. And once again, remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify and Apple, help us climb the rankings.
Yeah, we're coming in your ears.
Yeah, still coming in your ears.
Yeah,
And,
them t-shirts are definitely coming somewhere.
Oh my
They
God.
really are.
Oh, you know, when I have to actually upload this, there's like a little button that says, "Is it for kids?" And all I go is like, I have to sit there and honestly think to myself, "Is it for kids?" Nah,
It's for people of all sizes.
all shapes,
Little
sizes.
ones,
Small.
big
Small.
ones, slender ones,
Yeah, slight things
big
of my life.
boned, everything.
Right, okay, we're wrapping up. Thank you
Yes,
so
go on.
much for listening to the Trialtube podcast this week. We'll be back soon, but until next time, I've been Danny Butler.
I've been Carrie Dickinson.
And I'm still Stu Day.
Thank you very much, and good night.
Peace.
Bye-bye. Well done.